Have you ever noticed that some guys seem to have an invisible magnet that makes women always want more? They're not necessarily the most handsome or the richest, but they know exactly how to trigger certain psychological switches that create an almost addictive attraction. Want to know what these 8 techniques are and how to apply them today? Stick around until the end because one of them is so powerful it can completely change your results. Technique number 1. Subtle mirroring. You know that magical moment when you instantly feel connected to someone? Like when you meet a new guy and, out of nowhere, you realize you support the same team, speak in a similar way, or even crack the same kinds of jokes. That's not a coincidence. It's your brain playing a trick called mirroring. And the good news? You can use this in seduction, just without looking like a desperate copycat. The idea here is simple. Without blatantly copying, subtly reflect some of her gestures and way of speaking. If she tilts her head while talking, wait a bit and naturally make a similar movement. If her tone is calm, slow yours down too. The trick is to create a sense of connection without making it seem like you're running some weird experiment. Done right, this activates a feeling of comfort and familiarity in her brain. And guess what? You automatically become more attractive. This works because the brain associates similarity with affinity. Have you ever noticed that close friends often talk alike, use the same slang, or even laugh the same way? That happens naturally, but when it comes to attraction, you can speed up the process. The goal is to create a natural flow in a conversation, where she feels like you're on the same wavelength without even realizing why. And when that connection hits, well, chemistry happens. Now, a mistake that ruins everything. Overdoing it. If she crosses her arms and you instantly do the same, it looks like you're playing a game of Simon Says. Don't be that guy. Mirroring has to be natural, almost imperceptible. Done right, the woman will feel an instant connection with you without even being able to explain why. And in the end, that's what makes it all irresistible. Technique number 2, psychological triggers. Here's a dirty little secret about the human brain. Most of our decisions are made on autopilot, including attraction. Women, just like men, don't feel desire for someone just because they choose to. They're influenced by certain psychological triggers. And if you know how to use them, you can create an almost inevitable desire. One of the most powerful triggers? Scarcity. Anything rare or hard to get automatically becomes more valuable. Think of a limited edition sneaker. Even though it's just a shoe, it becomes a must-have item because not everyone can get it. Now apply this to yourself. If you seem like a guy who's always available, your attention loses value. But if you show that you're selective about who you spend your time with, guess what? You become a prize, and women will naturally want to win you. Another killer trigger is reciprocity. When someone gives us something valuable, we feel the need to give back. This means that if you create special moments, make her feel unique, or offer memorable experiences, she'll have an unconscious urge to invest more in you. Small gestures, a different kind of look, an unexpected compliment, and new experience can have a huge impact on attraction. Now tell me, have you ever noticed these triggers working in your life? Have you ever wanted something just because it was scarce? Have you ever felt obligated to return a favor? Pay attention to this and start recognizing these patterns. When you learn to use them to your advantage, the entire attraction dynamic changes. Technique number 3, showing authentic vulnerability. A lot of men think they need to act tough, the unshakable guy who never has doubts or weaknesses. But guess what? That might impress at first, but it quickly becomes boring. Women genuinely connect with men who are human, who have real stories, and who aren't afraid to show that life hasn't always been easy. And believe me, showing vulnerability with confidence is a master move in seduction. Think about a guy who only talks about his achievements, like a walking catalog of accomplishments. At first, it might seem impressive, but soon it starts feeling fake. Now imagine someone who shares a tough moment he overcame and how it helped him grow. That kind of conversation creates instant empathy. Women don't just fall for what you do. They fall for what you feel and how you navigate life. That's what builds real connection. But hold on, this doesn't mean you should dump all your traumas on her during the first date like it's a therapy session. The key is balance. Gradually share small parts of your journey in a natural way. If she mentions a professional challenge, you can talk about a time you had to make a tough decision. This shows that you're real, approachable, and most importantly, secure in yourself without pretending to have all the answers. The best part? When you master this, the woman feels like she can be herself around you. And that's rare. Most guys either try to be an untouchable superhero or emotionally collapse at the first opportunity. The sweet spot in between is where the real charm lies. Being a man who balances strength and vulnerability not only attracts, it's addictive. Technique number 4, effective nonverbal communication. You could have the best conversation skills in the world, but if your body language screams shy and insecure, it's game over. Women decide in seconds whether they feel attraction, and often, this happens before you even open your mouth. Posture, expressions, tone of voice, all of it communicates something about you. And a guy who masters nonverbal communication exudes presence effortlessly. The first thing she notices? Your posture. Relaxed shoulders, chin slightly up, and controlled movements radiate confidence. On the other hand, crossed arms, a downward gaze, and fidgety movements scream, "Help, I'm nervous." And listen, maintaining eye contact is crucial. Don't look away like a shy teenager, but also don't stare like you're challenging someone to a duel. The secret is a firm, yet natural gaze, the kind that shows you're present in the moment. Now, your tone of voice. If you talk too fast or in a monotonous way, you sound nervous. But if you speak slowly and in a captivating way, you create interest. Think about how a great storyteller keeps people hooked without effort. And there's more. Subtle touches make all the difference. A light touch on her forearm when telling a joke or brief contact while guiding her through a space creates intimacy without being intrusive. But always pay attention to her reaction. If she pulls away, back off and keep things cool. At the end of the day, nonverbal communication isn't about faking confidence. It's about fine-tuning small details to project your best self. The way you walk into a room, how you take up space, how you look at people, all of this defines your presence. And the best part? When you get this silent game right, a woman feels your energy before she even knows why. Technique number 5, creating emotionally memorable experiences. Attraction doesn't happen just because you have great conversation skills or follow all the rules of seduction. What truly makes a woman drawn to you are the emotions she feels in your presence. If every moment with you is memorable, engaging, and out of the ordinary, she'll want to relive that feeling. And guess who will be the main character in those thoughts? That's right, you. Now, you don't have to plan dates straight out of an action movie. Small, unexpected moments make all the difference. Instead of the typical dinner date, why not take her somewhere unique or suggest a new experience? It could be a fun game, a type of food she's never tried, or even a walk in an unusual place. The human brain remembers things that break routine, so use that to your advantage. Another powerful trick is playing with contrasting emotions. Start with a lighthearted conversation, then shift to something deeper, or mix fun moments with a bit of mystery. This variation keeps interactions dynamic and interesting. If everything is predictable, the excitement fades. But if she never knows what to expect with you, she'll become more and more engaged, eager for the next time you meet. The key is paying attention to what truly moves her. Some women love intellectual challenges. Others connect through spontaneous humor, and some are drawn to a sense of adventure. Your role? Discover what excites her and be the guy who provides those unique experiences. When you become the source of these emotions, she simply won't want to stop seeing you. Technique number 6, strategic use of mystery. If there's one thing that kills attraction fast, it's a guy who lays everything out on the table right away. If she already knows everything about you, where you are, what you think, how you feel all the time, where's the excitement? Mystery isn't about playing games. It's about keeping curiosity alive. Women are drawn to what they need to figure out, not what's already obvious. One simple way to apply this is by controlling the pace of conversations. Instead of dumping your entire life story in one go, drop small hints and let her ask for more. Example: if she asks about your last trip, instead of telling her everything, say something like, "It was an incredible experience. There was this totally unexpected moment, but I'll tell you about it later." Boom. Now she's curious, and curiosity creates interest. Another trick? Vary your availability. If you always reply instantly, are always free, and ready for any plan, she realizes she has 100% access to you. But if, at times, you're busy with your own life, work, the gym, hobbies, your absence creates a sense of scarcity. And what's scarce is valuable. She starts appreciating each interaction with you more. The point here isn't to be cold or distant, but to create a balance between being present and maintaining an air of novelty. Attraction grows when there's always something more to discover. If you're an open book from the very first chapter, she might like it, but she won't feel compelled to keep reading. On the other hand, if each time she sees you, she uncovers something new, she'll be dying to know how the story continues. Technique number 7, demonstrating leadership and decision-making. Want a shortcut to standing out? Make decisions. It's that simple. Women are naturally attracted to men who know what they want and don't get stuck in the whatever you want, it doesn't matter mindset. This doesn't mean being bossy or controlling. It means having the confidence to take charge without seeming like a background character in your own life. After all, if even you don't know what you want, why should she want you? Something as simple as choosing the date location already puts you ahead of 90% of guys. Instead of asking, "Where do you want to go?" say, "I know a great place. I think you'll like it." This kind of attitude takes the pressure off her and shows that you have initiative. And here's something interesting. When a man naturally leads, he doesn't just project confidence. He also makes her feel comfortable, allowing her to relax and enjoy the moment. Another sign of leadership? Handling unexpected situations without freaking out. The restaurant is full? No problem. Suggest another place without hesitation. The Uber canceled? Laugh it off and call another. Men who lose their cool easily or rely on women to solve everything come across as incapable of handling challenges. And that's a huge turnoff. What keeps a woman interested isn't the absence of problems, but how you handle them. But hold on. Leading doesn't mean ignoring her preferences. The difference between a confident guy and an overbearing one is knowing when to take charge and when to listen. The ideal balance is showing initiative without imposing your will. When a woman sees that she's with someone who has direction but also values her, attraction naturally grows. After all, no one feels inspired by a man who's lost. Before we move on, a quick message. Imagine having the guarantee that your next attempts at winning over the woman you desire will be a success. Sounds too good to be true? It's not. There's a method that removes all the guesswork and delivers real results. No matter who you are, this works for any man willing to learn. This is your chance to take action and stop wasting time on approaches that don't work. The secret to attraction is just one click away. Go to the pinned comment and check out how this proven method works. Technique number 8. Sincere and meaningful compliments. One of the biggest mistakes most guys make is complimenting the wrong way. If your idea of a compliment is saying, "Wow, you're beautiful," and expecting her to melt, I hate to break it to you, but you're at a beginner level. Women have heard those empty compliments a million times. If you really want to make an impact, you need to go beyond the obvious and highlight something that shows you're truly paying attention to her. The key? Personalization. If she has a spontaneous and fun personality, say something like, "I love how you find humor in the little things." It makes every conversation feel light. Or if she has contagious energy, something like, "You have this vibe that makes any place feel more alive." This shows that you're not just throwing out compliments randomly. You actually notice something unique about her. And women fall for those who see them in a special way. But it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. A compliment delivered naturally, while looking her in the eyes, without expecting anything in return, is much more impactful than a forced one. If it seems like you're fishing for validation or trying too hard to impress, it loses all effect. The secret is spontaneity, as if you're simply verbalizing a thought you genuinely had, with no hidden motives. Well-placed compliments create a powerful emotional association. When a woman realizes that she feels special around you in a way she doesn't with anyone else, she starts wanting more of that feeling. After all, anyone can notice a woman's beauty. Few know how to recognize what truly makes her unique. That's the difference between being just another guy and being unforgettable. If you want to keep learning the best techniques to become an irresistible man and have women genuinely interested in you, subscribe to the channel right now. Here, I bring straight-to-the-point content, no fluff, to help you master the game of attraction. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video, and hit the like button if this content helped you. See you in the next video.